Guys, how do I get it lower? Hi, everyone. My name's Izzy, and before I begin this speech, I'd like to thank my dad for always teaching me to be early to events, and to my mother for telling me it's okay to be late. And I'd also like to thank all of my teachers who I each have a special appreciation for, especially Mr. Wilder and Mr. Hansen. Frankly, I don't know how you guys did it. I apologize. But it's crazy to think that these groups that we join and these clubs that we choose to audition for make up the people who we are today. That we stand here because of the choices that we make. And this is where I would feel ingenuine if I'm not to make a mark on how important these choices are and how important it is for a woman to have a choice in this world. With this war on our bodies, it is incredibly hard for us to have any hope in these trying times. However, it is one person at a time that we are able to create change. So with that, congratulations to each and every one of you for making it here today. You faced so many challenges to get here. For some, it might have been a really difficult class full of obscure concepts that required extra hours of studying. For others, it might have been difficult to manage friendships as people grow and change. Or maybe you're like one of my friends, and you forgot to order your cap and gown even after hearing Jaxtis remind us every day for months. Isn't that funny, Amira? But no matter what, you have fought for your place in this world. Over the past year especially, you have faced battles felt on a global scale. But today, I'm not here to talk about COVID, because you are not defined by the pandemic alone. Because you underwent significant struggles before the virus even spread. And because I am tired of people telling us we did not experience high school because of it. I'd argue that we have gone through something much greater. For the past 4 years, we have been socialized within a nation that has grown increasingly divided over social, political, and environmental issues that are actively shaping our lives every day. Instead of just having to focus on Spanish or calculus, we also had to navigate and often reevaluate how we have denied others of justice, equity, and social responsibility. While it may not have been your typical high school experience, it has amounted to something much more than simply sitting behind a screen, having to witness the horrible buzz cuts our male classmates decided to do. However, the feeling of all of high school being over might not fully set in tomorrow morning. It's like a birthday. Growing up, I thought that when I turned 16, my newfound maturity would grant me the keys to a Ferrari with Megan Fox waiting inside, waiting to drive off into the horizon. But instead, I was the same 15-year-old I was the day before. And no, it's not because I haven't grown an inch since 4th grade. But I'd like to compare this aging process to an onion. The idea that we move through life shedding new skins implies the stripping away of our past selves, which in turn disregards our growth over time. This destructive outlook is exasperated further as often we move through these milestones in pursuit of becoming our true perfect selves, an attempt to erase any version that came prior. And believe me, I get it. Freshman year me is nothing to be proud of. But the fact is that reality, our growth more closely resembles that of an onion, with our new selves growing within one another. When you turn a new age, you're both that age, but you also carry the layers of who you were years prior. When we leave campus, it might be hard because of the prison gates that admin decided to install, and we may never set foot on campus again, but we will carry these different versions of ourselves that we developed throughout high school. Sorry. And as we explore the pathways that will define the coming stages of our lives, some days we may feel like seniors, leaning on our close friends and teachers. Not physically, that's assault, but other days we may also feel like freshmen, confused, naive, and completely out of place. Yet all of this certainty is completely okay. Because in reality, we're all really just onions. With these layers of experience only helping us to communicate and connect with others. Now, I don't know about all of you, but I've spent a lot of my life doubting myself and my own abilities. Sadly, this plight is far from unique, as we are taught to ardently pursue accolades and meet outrageous expectations. Last year, I, like many other students, teachers, and anyone who found themselves staring in the mirror late at night, grew exhausted from these daunting realities of these impending dooms that seemed to follow us. For me, it broke me down to the point that I was not sure I would be standing here today. However, through the help of my teachers, friends, and family, I was able to put this encroaching pressure into perspective. And I realized that all too often, we use our achievements as a means of measuring our value as people. But I would like to offer an alternative. Not knowing the answer is not a failure of your intelligence. Not making a certain grade is not a benchmark of your skill. Not making the team is not an evaluation of how much work you've put in. Not getting into a college is not a measure of your true character. As we leave high school, we have to realize how complex our lives will be, and that we will never know what direction our lives will take. And thinking that we should will only hurt us. Instead, I ask that we embrace the uncertainty of our world despite the direction it's headed. That we embrace the complexity of ourselves despite what others may say. And that we embrace the irresolution of what may happen tomorrow despite what happened yesterday. Class of 2022. You are set apart by how unique your 4 years have been. Your tenacity is incredible. And you will continue to grow. Thank you.